To install the GM engine fuse panel, we're going to bolt that up to the car using two brackets that we have cut and we bend up here. One has this hole on one side of the flange, the other one you can see is blank, no holes or anything, and then it's got a gusset here. The other has two holes for 1/8 inch steel rivets and then a slot which has been cut into the bracket to be able to hold a molded plastic portion of the fuse panel. So we'll start with this one here, which is the top mount, the one that has the hole in it, and you can see this one's already been installed. What you do is you'll mount it so that that gusset, that kind of angled piece, is down and the piece with the hole in it is facing back, like I'm holding it right here in rough location. You'll take a 1-inch 1/4-20 bolt and screw it, just loosely kind of assemble it so that you can locate the bracket. And what you want to do is you want to hold the bracket so that it's up against the pedal box here and then down as low as possible so that you can drill a 1/4 inch hole in the side of the brake pedal box, making sure that it's not right on the edge of the brake pedal box. So you want to have it raised up a little bit, maybe about a 1/4 inch off the bottom edge of the pedal box itself. Mark the location for the hole, and then you can, with the 90-degree drill the hole in the bracket as well as in the pedal box. Before you do that, the one thing you do want to make sure of is that the bracket from the bottom, if you come around from the other side here and shoot down here, you can see that the bracket with the slot in it will be located something like this here. So the slot is on the top, and you can see that the plastic of the fuse panel will slip through that slot right there, and the two rivets will go into the side of the dead pedal. So before you drill your hole in the pedal box assembly, you want to make sure that you're not too low so that you're in this big opening of the dead pedal, and that you're not too high so you'll end up not being able to rivet to the dead pedal. The other thing you want to make sure of is that the wiring coming out of the side of the panel here is not going to have any interference with the studs from the brake booster, and you want to make sure that you have the ability to keep the wires as close to the front of the firewall as possible so that there's no contact from the pedal when the pedal swings. When the pedal is fully depressed, you should never have any issue with hitting the wires as long as you're towards the front of the car far enough. So if you come up from this angle here and see, what we've done is we've mounted it so that it is far forward enough so that the brake pedal, when it's fully depressed, won't hit it, but also you can see that it's back far away from the firewall. It's not pressed tight up against the firewall. The reason for that is so that we can allow room for the wiring, and then also later on when we install the wheel well panels, we have to drill through this fiberglass footwell and install some rivets into it to install the splash shields. So you can see that if we were to install this fuse panel all the way flush against the footwell, if we went to drill those holes later, we can end up drilling into the fuse box. Obviously we don't want that. So once you've done that and you've located the hole at the top here, you can then bolt everything together using your 1/4-20 bolts with the nylon lock nuts. Again, it's a 1-inch long bolt, and you can see what we've done is the head is on the back side of the fuse panel, and the head of the one that goes to the pedal box is on the inside of the pedal. That makes it easier to access the Allen head rather than trying to just guess and get the Allen key to line up in the head. Now what that does do is it makes it a little difficult to get a wrench over one or the other, because you can see there's a very small gap in between the two bolts. What you can do is just come in with either the open end of the wrench on one of them, or if you had to, you could back one out and you'd get better access with the boxed end of the wrench to slip it around the nut. Again, right now it looks pretty easy because the body is off. Once the body is on and all the wiring is in, it'll be pretty tight. So then once you've got that bolted in, you can then take the bracket that has the slot in it, slip this onto the fuse panel, and then drill your two holes for the 1/8 inch rivets, and then rivet it to the dead pedal.